The topics. We got esports, sports, league, music, and the virus that's going on lately. Andrew recommended it in
What
chat.
virus?
I think that's actually like really
What
a good
virus
topic
is
to talk
going
about.
around? Do I have it? Is that why I'm getting
Yo, his
sick?
camera's
Don't fuck
frozen
with
again.
me.
Don't at me.
Yeah, it is.
Why is my
Anyways,
camera?
while he
I don't
figures that out, anyone watching on YouTube or Twitch, welcome to the Reconnect Podcast Episode 3. Today
Now it's good. Oh,
we have a new member, new person on the fucking podcast today. That's Steven. This guy is he's a vapor just like me, so that's okay. Last breath again, joining like usual. We have a few topics and a bunch of shit about League as well, because a lot of stuff has happened with League in the last week. So we'll be getting to that. We got other shit to do. Um, First thing I wanted to talk about was, let's actually get into this League thing. First, there's a few things that happened. We had League of Runeterra finally coming out for open beta. Um, Resident Sleep a little bit.
I like it.
So let's talk about that real quick. I know nothing about it.
I think it's good.
It's like, I think Andrew put it best, and he actually is probably the most, he knows more about it than both of us. But it's like Hearthstone.
I don't know. You were having trouble. It's Hearthstone and Magic.
It's Hearthstone and Magic, like, basically put into, like, I have mixed opinions about it. I feel like for that game,
We're having a hard time.
you have to kind of like play it a lot and understand it completely in order to enjoy it. Like I would enjoy.
You have to have a fucking brain.
You have to have a brain. I don't own one of those, sadly.
I like it. I do think that online is a bit unbalanced because I'm getting shit on right now by like everyone I play against. It doesn't seem very fair. Like decks, I don't know. I don't have any good synergies yet. I'm probably gonna Google like deck synergies and see what I can do.
I know the thing I use, which is like Overwolf for League, so it's like the face check and like stuff like that. They just released one for League of Runeterra, so it shows you like automatic decks. It's like deck tracker for Hearthstone, stuff like that. So if I do end up playing League of Runeterra a lot more, I'll probably end up downloading that and shit.
I do think elusives are broken.
See, I don't even like know what that is because I'm so new
So
to it.
elusives, the card is basically is when you play it, it can't be blocked except by other elusives. So if you're going against a deck that doesn't have elusives, you can just keep playing your elusives, and they can't defend it. They just have to let it hit. And I have an elusive card that's 7 attack, 9 health. So and I have 3 of those in my deck. So if I can play the late game, get those 3 out on the field, that's an instant KO for anybody. And even if he has elusives, they're gonna still be up for a while. And that's not including like bonusing that elusive or whatever else. So it's just a broken ass card with a broken ass ability.
Yo, Steven's cam just keeps freezing. Oh, there we go. Holy fuck.
Dude, I don't understand.
It's good now, but it like froze for a second.
I'm gonna switch to my phone if it freezes again. I swear to God.
But the mic quality.
The mic quality.
Bro, I don't understand. You want mic quality or frozen camera? Pick one.
How much shit's on your internet, bro? Like, don't do so much on your.
Bro, this is It's running independently. This is running independently.
Oh, it froze again.
Or are you on your laptop?
Yeah, I have this on my laptop.
Is your main PC plugged into Ethernet or Wi-Fi?
Direct input.
What?
Ethernet cable. It's directly connected.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay,
Fuck you
okay.
guys. All right.
I was asking a question.
Go back to talking about League so I can set up my runes.
That's fair. So again, like I have mixed opinions about it. If I play it more, like I got really into Hearthstone. I think I played almost every day, like 6 to 8 matches. Look how it's frozen.
That's it. I'm out.
Right,
Go on your phone, Steven. Go on your phone.
That was it. That's it for me, boys.
Go on your
Clocking
phone.
out. It was nice being on this podcast.
Go on your phone.
I love you all. Thank you to our streamers.
Go on your phone.
Fuck this.
Just real quick.
Yeah, so as I was saying, Hearthstone, like I played a lot and I actually got into it, but then they like changed everything, like because every month it's like a new fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they took a bunch of cards that I played and made it wild deck. So I stopped playing that. It's a dead game, whatever, because Teamfight Tactics came out like a couple months after Hearthstone was getting back into the groove. Thank you, Disguised Toast, for switching, because you made everyone switch. So I don't know how I feel about it. If I play it more, it'll be fine. I wanted to say we had LCS the first week. day 1 of LCS today.
Team Liquid got clapped.
Team Liquid got fuck. I haven't watched any of the VODs yet because I was out studying because I'm a good fucking student. But Cloud9 won. Team Dignitas beat CLG. FlyQuest beat Immortals. 100 Thieves beat Golden Guardians, which makes sense because I think Golden Guardians is a bottom tier team. The biggest upset was Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. I didn't even get to watch it. So did Broxa play?
I actually didn't watch it either. I just heard from Fernando that I looked on his story.
I'm
said that,
hoping to see him do the same.
Oh,
Team
fuck,
Liquid
okay.
got clapped.
Oh no, they didn't even have Broxa.
Mm.
It was a guy named Shenfire, which I think is their academy jungler. So that could even be the reason why Team Liquid lost, because they didn't fucking have their the best jungler in NA currently is Broxa because he's fucking beast like. So yeah, that's probably why. And then 100 Thieves, they're gonna be all around a good team just because they're actually not shit, but they also play the worst team in the league. Immortals is a brand new team taking over Optic Gaming, and I think their best player on that team is either X-Smithy. I think actually he's the only one that I recognize is X-Smithy, and I think they have Ignar, which is from EU, but whatever. And then FlyQuest, it's FlyQuest. Like, what are you gonna do? They don't really got that much.
The day I can actually get into comp is the day I'll be happy.
CLG got Crown, and it looks like Crown didn't do fucking shit because Dignitas is Huni, Golden Glue, someone else. I think I don't even keep up with the.
My man
shitty
Steven
teams.
Googling.
Bro, I don't know as much as y'all do. I'm looking up.
Where was wrapping up this LCS conversation, but I think next or tomorrow we got Evil Geniuses. That's the first
Sneaky's
one
not on Cloud, right?
Yeah, Sneaky fucking got kicked off. It's
I'm not gonna cap. That might be why they're.
Cloud9 won though.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that might be why they're
Oh.
doing better.
Yeah, Sven. It's fucking weird. He was from TSM.
My man,
He's on Cloud9
my man
now.
Sneaky was too busy showing his ass on Twitter
You
to
ain't
care
wrong.
about fucking winning the game. So like,
It'd be like that sometimes.
Tomorrow we got Dignitas, Evil Genius, TSM Immortals, Golden Guardians, Cloud9, CLG FlyQuest. Personally, just because I haven't seen Evil Genius play, and Evil Geniuses are fucking disgusting with their team right now. They have like Jizuke mid from EU. They have. Actually, I'm gonna have to check the roster. I know they have Jizuke. Bitch, let me see. Oh, it's not even gonna tell me who's on Evil Genius. It's just saying who is an Evil Genius. Honestly, don't know their team comp. I know Jizuke. I should have researched this better. Oh, they're not even showing the team comp. Anyways, that's besides the point. I think in that personal matchup that I'm hoping that Evil Geniuses wins because FlyQuest kind of played an easy opponent in Immortals because I don't think Immortals is that good. This is fucking their whole schedule. So there we go. With the TSM Immortals, TSM better fucking win. Like,
hey Steven, you alive?
yeah, he's good.
What's up?
Okay, you're alive.
Yeah, no, I'm looking up this stuff you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
TSM and Immortals, I think TSM better win. They have Broken Blade, Dardoch. They have fucking Kabe from Splice last year, and then they have Bio Daddy, which is, thank God he's back in TSM. So let's hope TSM can actually do something this year. With the
Okay.
Cloud9 Golden Guardians, that should be an easy game for Cloud9.
Should be.
If they can beat Team Liquid, they can beat Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians is horrible this year. CLG FlyQuest. CLG. What do you guys think for those matchups? Who do you think is going to take it?
For who?
For all four?
Oh, Cloud9's winning their match.
Cloud9, then we got Evil Geniuses, Team Dignitas. I'm hoping Evil Genius just because overall with their stats, they have a better team.
Dignitas doesn't really.
Whatever Aiden says, I'll agree to.
I haven't seen Dignitas do much, to be fair. So
That's an OG team. That's
Yeah, it
that was
is.
like the Scara Cutie Pie fucking season 2, season 3 team.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Same with I Will Dominate, right?
I would
Or no?
I think it was I'll Dominate.
Cutie Pie. Voy? Was Voy on there?
It was Voy or was Metaphor? I think it was Metaphor.
I think it was Voy top.
Or it wasn't Metaphor.
I don't think it was Metaphor.
Shifter was mid.
Yeah,
And
it
it was
definitely
Scar
wasn't
Shun- I don't
Metaphor.
fucking
Metaphor's a jungler.
But it was a fucking.
I don't think Metaphor's ever been pro, has he?
No.
I know he's a pro streamer, but he hasn't gone like pro.
I don't think he. I don't fucking know why.
Or
I said
he's a
metaphor. I was just
good streamer. Yeah,
Shifter
I don't,
Metaphor.
Metaphor is just a fucking
He's
bottom
just some random
Kazakhs. He's just a Kazakhs player.
So those are the games. Honestly,
man.
like, I don't even know who I'm gonna cheer for. Honestly, it's gonna be like TSM 100 Thieves. Cause fuck Team Liquid. If you like Team Liquid, you're a bag fucking wagon. You fucking dislike them because they win every championship. But TSM 100 Thieves. Speaking with 100 Thieves, I don't know if you've seen the video, Aiden, and Steven, you probably completely don't know what I'm gonna say as you're frozen, looking all cute.
Dude, I'm trying so hard to fix this. Please.
Nate Shop finally showed I think it was like 4 million fucking facility, or no, more than that. It was like 42. No,
Yeah.
something like that. Like their big facility, and
Yeah.
it's
Well, I saw it during the works. I saw it during the works when Mo showed it off.
they just
'cause
released
he went-
the final or like the
Yeah,
final
he went
video.
in a while ago, and it looked fucking huge. And I saw like the floor plan for it and everything, and it was huge.
And so they showed the final video of what everything looks like and how everything is, and it just fucking looks sick.
Yasuo was really trying to go pro. Like
He
he's
is.
struggling to
There
go
was a
pro.
little
Like
leak.
on his
Wait,
Instagram and
wait.
everything.
I know about this.
There you go.
On his Twitter and everything, he's like,
Me and Aiden
y'all
were
like this
celebrating.
outfit? Y'all like this outfit?
It was leaked because when that in that facility video, because Mo got interviewed because he was in like one of the things, and it said because every time a new person gets shown on the video, it's like it says their name and then whatever they do, and it said Yasuo, but then it said LCS mid laner, and then quickly went away and it said Yasuo Twitch creator. So maybe he might be.
He's really reaching for it.
He's
I
kind
know
of
he
shit
wants
though.
to.
He's kind of shit. Like he only can play Yasuo. He ints on all of his Twitch
Leave him alone.
Twitch rivals games. Like he gets carried. Oh well.
Well, I don't know.
Sounds
Some
like
of
me and
other
Aiden's
players
relationship.
in too.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not just him.
Because
They make the teams really imbalanced, in my opinion. I mean,
it's
some
all
of them
draft.
are draft.
You pick your
but
team.
Yeah.
For Twitch rivals, they just pick their
Let
team.
me rephrase that. He makes his teams really unbalanced.
I know he makes his team fucking. He just
It's
what-
dog shit.
Oh, maybe that's an issue. Hold up.
I guess we can get off the league topic now because I don't think we can talk about anything else there.
What's your opinion? A little bit more.
Okay.
Haven't really got Fiddlesticks rework, Volleyball rework.
Can we also talk about how they need to buff up TF for me?
TF.
TF's in a bad
We all
place.
just- Dude, he is in a bad place.
I
Every
haven't
time I
seen
play
him
I get
in a good
shit on.
place. Like when
He's useless now. He's absolutely
he's
useless.
been useless.
He's been useless for like 2 seasons. Tobias Fate dropped him, and so did Riot. Oh yeah,
Save it for
Riot
season 5.
Riot has a paid off of $400 million. They were in a suit for I think it was sexual discrimination in the workplace, and they had a $400 million fine, or
Jesus
like a
fuck.
like that's what they settled on. Earlier this year, it happened. I don't know if you guys remember. Like they were protesting in front of the headquarters, and it was like I think 10 million. But now like it got raised because they kept doing more shit. So now it got to 400 million. They paid it off. It should be good now.
Okay, but like Riot is like rich as fuck. Like the amount of money they
Well,
make.
yeah.
Like
The amount of money that comes from Aiden and skins, they got it.
No, I was watching a video and there's a thing on Netflix that like shows Riot games.
Yeah, I
like,
saw
thing.
that.
So I was watching that and like just off one skin, which was the Dark Star Cho'Gath skin for that one cancer patient.
Well, all that
who
went to
made-
charity.
It all went to charity, but they made $7 million off that one skin, and there's over 1,000 skins in the game.
Mm.
So the amount of money they've made simply just off skins, which is their only source of income, besides like events and like whatever else you want to buy. But
Yeah, events as well.
they're
Well,
fucking
because
loaded.
like with I don't know if you know this, but with like the pro sports and everything, teams still have to pay to get in. They don't just get a free ticket in. Like teams pay to play the game, and then not only is there collective money in, but money that Riot puts in is the jackpot. So say like the world jackpot, however much it was, that was included with the like the money that the teams had to pay to get in.
Yeah.
With everything else.
'Cause
Obviously, they're not going to let like a random team come in, but if you're a known team, you can pay to get in.
Yeah, because in order to
Pretty much.
like even have a spot in LCS, you have to have a certain amount of money. But then you also have to make
Yep.
sure your team, each player is a certain rank. You have to make sure your team like beats. If you like finish last place, you have to make sure your team beats another team to make sure you can keep your spot in. And then with Optic and everyone who got bought out, they just either just got bought out because they're fucking shit, or they just are, they're bad. So Echo Fox later, buddy. Optic later, buddy. Fucking, who's the other team? I think it was just no. I mean, there's 3 new teams. Who was it? Echo Fox, Optic Gaming, and some other team. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so that's basically for that. Since the league, I guess we can get off the topic. And Steven, I love your frozen camera. It's fucking mint.
Can we talk about my man McGregor got a 30-minute KO?
Let's go ahead and
fuck.
30-minute, bro. That was
30
40
second,
40
40 second, yeah.
All right, you know what? Whenever he was unconscious by 40.
Yeah, I know it's summed up by like this man fucked him up by 30 seconds.
Like literally, like Connor.
But you know what?
I think this is a good look for Connor because when he was like with the whole like like match and like the pre-match and fucking the interview, the pre-interview and the post-weight whatever, or the pre-weight, the weigh-ins, like he showed a lot of respect to Cerrone.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like a whole new Connor. He didn't really talk that much shit, and because of that, fucking I wouldn't say that's the reason why Connor won so quickly, but like this is like this new look. Just
I think it made him more confident.
It made him more confident. Like this guy got a kick to the head, 4 shoulder hits to the nose that made him bleed in the first 20 seconds, and then a fucking spiral kick, and then a few punches to the head, and it was over. That was one of the. I think Connor's fighting. I think it's confirmed that Connor's fighting Khabib again. Because after Khabib fights Ferguson, Khabib's fighting Connor again. I still think personally Khabib's gonna win. Just Khabib, like Connor's all like punching and like all like above, like he just can punch, he can kick, whatever. Khabib's all groundwork. He's a grappler. And Connor just maybe because the first fight he didn't train too much for like groundwork. But I mean, even after that first fight they fought, there was fucking the amount of money they had to pay each other because fucking Connor throwing a Segway at a fucking bus, breaking a window, injuring a team, and then Khabib jumping into the Connor's team after the fight and fucking having a whole riot.
But see, the thing is, though, is what I liked about the end of that fight was that he walked up to his mom. He walked up to him. He wasn't sitting there, talking this shit like he used to. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a McGregor fan, but when he was, doing that whole bullshit routine of, oh, I'm going to talk shit to everybody because I can. And then he would always, like, especially with the Nick Diaz fight, he depended on that rematch. Yeah. You shouldn't have to. If you're going to talk that much, you have to at least, somewhat back it up. But then again, he did beat Aldo's ass.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm not going to say the reason why Connor went to Cerrone's mom, like, thanking him because, like, he's a nice guy. Or not because of that, but because, like, I think he made, like, 60 mil off that fight. Like, he got 60 mil in 40 seconds. Like, I'd be fucking hugging anybody.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'd be hugging everybody.
My man walked in, got a whole bank, and then just
got a whole bank and just dipped. Like,
he's like, all right, see y'all later. Go buy 3 new cars.
But I definitely feel like depending on the opponent, Connor is just a good guy. But I bet you with Khabib again, it's gonna go fucking downhill. He's gonna be Khabib fucking blah 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 blah. I know that's not gonna be till late 2020 because I think the Khabib fight versus Ferguson's in April. But then John Jones is fighting in February, so next month he's gonna be fighting. So I'll be watching that.
John fucking Jones.
He's a fucking maniac. I love him.
John Jones is nuts.
Continue with the sports because I think I don't even know. I think it's tomorrow's the Super Bowl.
Look, all I gotta say is if KC doesn't take this dub, I want Mahomes gone.
Oh, yeah, wrong.
I was depending on KC winning because my team will never get to a Super Bowl in their life.
Yeah, damn right they won't.
I don't even know if that's correct. Is the Super Bowl tomorrow?
Feels like it. It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, but I feel like there's been like no fucking hype.
What's Steven?
Yeah.
What's your opinions on the Redskins right now?
Fire them all.
And I know it's your team.
I don't know. Tomorrow's the Pro Bowl, which is just.
Well, I think.
Okay, so my opinion on the Redskins, I'll tell you what my opinion is. We have people on our team that don't believe in themselves. and that's a big fucking problem because back in like the 90s and 80s, bro, all the Redskins were about was play football.
Mhm.
We didn't care about money. We didn't care about contracts. We cared about the family and playing football. Now it's like, oh, well, if I don't have a $25 million contract, I'm not going to play for your damn team.
Well, Kirk Cousins, when he was there, he was a
Sucked
super.
ass.
He sucked ass, but he was super supportive.
Yeah,
You know, of
well,
his team. He had good team
sucked
play,
ass.
which got them winning games. But
But you know what?
Yeah, so apparently the Pro Bowl is tomorrow. Then
Pro Bowl.
Super Bowl is the 2nd of February.
That moment.
I
you
only
have
watched
to
the
watch
Doggy
live
Bowl.
stream
I'm not
of
gonna
it.
cap.
Ain't wrong. That shit's fucking
I watched the
fire.
Super Bowl for the commercials and the Doggy Bowl. That's it.
The amount of money that companies need to pay to just get a commercial for the Super Bowl is insane.
Doritos got that money though.
But I think Doritos paid like, or one of the big companies that got a commercial last year, I think they paid like $1 million or something, probably even higher.
would
than
you-
that.
Who would you guys want to see for halftime? Like to perform?
Okay, last year was fucking. Who was it?
Was that the Travis Scott one?
It was Travis Scott, yeah.
That sad excuse of a fucking halftime show.
But like, it was the SpongeBob theme was kind of lit.
Yeah, they canceled the SpongeBob theme though. He stopped it.
They did it.
Yes, they did. Yes,
No,
they did. It was only
yeah,
like a
they
half
did-
a
It
second.
was
they did
like,
half of it.
Half of it. It
He
was like the
cut
whole,
him
like,
off, man. Why did you let him do it?
It was a good meme, but like, I don't for this. Who's like the only like big artist that I'm thinking is right now is like Post Malone, but that's like controversial because I'm like in the rap, so I don't really know. 80%.
Wait, for this year's Super Bowl?
Yeah, like who do you want to
It's,
see?
like who would you want to see? Like who would you
This-
want to see?
Oh,
Not who
I
it is,
wanna
but
see? I would love to see Ozzy Osbourne.
With Post Malone, that those
Post
two.
and Ozzy.
No, Ozzy's been dropping music on his own, bro. He just made a song with Elton.
Yeah, it one of the newer songs he just
John.
released
Ozzy's
actually
coming
goes
back
hard.
a little bit.
After not knowing where the fuck he is, this man woke up one day and he was like,
He woke up and he's like, "What? I'm 65."
"I remember my name."
He's like, "I'm 65. Who am I again?"
I think
Shit's hilarious.
So who
Yeah,
is
no,
the
there's-
halftime show for this year?
I believe it's Shakira and somebody else.
Shakira.
they could have done
Yeah.
better.
And
There's-
somebody else. It's another.
there's
really,
people
like,
that-
top.
There's people that I want to see, but the people that I want to see are kind of controversial because I just don't think like
Who?
everyone would like them. Oh, who?
Controversial or like they're not big?
It's
Well, not.
it's,
It's not
Jennifer
even.
Lopez is in there too.
It's not even that they're not big. They're like. I mean, like the two. One of the two. Or two of the like 500 people I want to see are pretty big. Like Brendan Urie's really big. He doesn't have to sing like any of his music. He's from Panic at the
You don't gotta
Disco.
Sing High Hopes. We got this.
Yeah, like Panic at the Disco is super big. Brandon Urie probably has the best vocals in my opinion right now. Like just of sheer vocal power, he's not Freddie Mercury level, but he's definitely almost around there in my opinion. You know, from hearing him perform like other music and just in general, he definitely has the talent to rock a fucking halftime show. My man Tyler, the Creator, I want to see him. Is it gonna happen? No.
Yeah, I'd like to see that any time of the day.
Man before fucking boy with a gun just don't shoot me down. Oh, that'd be lit. Wouldn't happen though.
I know actually with Freddie Mercury, since you said that name, I know this is old, but like Adam Lambert is now not replacing, but he is the current singer.
He's
for
been
Queen.
everyone. There's multiple artists that are doing that perform Queen music way better than him, and everyone wants him replaced just because he doesn't. They have him because you know they obviously don't want to just put someone else in Freddie's shoes. Like they want someone different and new, but at the same time, I feel like they could have done better.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I was gonna say.
Did Sia do a halftime show?
Well, I know. Yeah.
I
So
don't
Jennifer
believe so.
Lopez is the other person. That's what Steven said.
Yeah.
Which that makes sense.
Pitbull's gonna be in there too.
Okay.
Oh my God, he's alive.
No,
I don't think
The
like,
fuck?
when was the last time he made like the only song I know of Pitbull is Fireball. That's the
My man Pitbull came in and said timber and then left.
shit's whack, but I mean that's gonna be interesting.
Round and round.
Now, I don't know. I probably actually should get closer to my mic so I could be heard. Oh, I just kicked my home monitor.
Oh my God, this is irritating the shit out of me.
I know
I'm about to
Jake
throw
My
some-
man's
Paul.
frozen again.
Jake Paul is fighting somebody either today or tomorrow.
Isn't he gonna rematch KSI?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
That's Logan Paul, isn't
Because he
it?
said
no,
he got
not Logan
hoed out
Jake
of that
Paul.
Paul.
Logan Paul is done
Jake?
with KSI, but Jake.
Well, I know.
KSI.
Well, KSI
said,
also said he was done too.
No,
Like
KSI
Logan Paul was
said-
like, "I want a rematch." Like when
Logan
when they
Paul.
were there, they were like, "Would you do it ever again?" And Logan was like, "Yeah." And then KSI was like, "Nah, fam."
no, you're done. You're done.
Yeah, he was like, "We're done.
No,
I won.
KSI
We're done."
I think KSI said on like a video or
I
something.
know KSI wanted to fight someone.
No, I think if KSI or if Jake beats whoever he's fighting this weekend, KSI said he'd fight him.
I think KSI would fuck up Jake.
Hey, I just want to say
In
this
my
before we
opinion.
continue. I am sorry for the shitty video quality coming from this. I
This
don't
is
mean
the
to-
quality freeze frames. We love it.
No, I did not mean to interrupt your podcast with this many shits.
I mean,
I'll
As,
get
as
it.
long as no one pays attention, it's fine.
no one's
You're doing
really
great.
You're chilling.
It's
Chilling.
annoying me because like I'm watching the stream on my phone. And I'm sitting here going, "God damn it! Please stop."
You're the viewer. That's what.
Just get on your phone, dude.
That's what I literally
Huh?
just put on my phone right now.
Oh, maybe that's what it might be. Hold on, let me turn off my phone. How about this? Every time that I freeze, say something, and I'll quickly fix that.
I'll hit my
and if it
vape.
gets-
Actually, I'm gonna hit my vape one more.
Yeah,
I
I'll
It's
hit your vape
frozen.
for you.
I'm watching my stream on my phone just so like you can get the viewers up. Because if you're like at like a 3 viewer, you have a better chance for people clicking. It's like
Yeah.
a little tip. So, so the KSI fight that I don't know. I watched the KSI Logan Paul fight, and this is time ago. I think I talked about this earlier.
Mm. I mean, I was voting KSI just because I don't like Logan.
It was kind of whack. Because I remember I had like a watch party at my house for that fight.
Yeah.
And all my buddies got we got drunk and we did it whatever, and we watched that, and then the next morning I woke up at 6 in the morning to watch fucking Worlds. So that was like a really exciting weekend, but that's besides the point. Yeah, for sports, what I was gonna say with the Super Bowl, I personally want KC to win because fuck San Francisco.
Worlds
Exactly.
was disappointing.
Exactly.
Like I think Mahomes deserves.
He did
Right.
his rookie season. He took him to the playoffs.
Yeah. Like he deserves a ring. Like the amount of shit he's done for that team. And,
Right now, he's on his sophomore year, bro. I want to see him succeed.
I mean, like, I'm just glad that the Patriots aren't in the fucking Super Bowl this year.
Thank God, bro. Another Patriots
Thank
Super Bowl, and I might have
yeah.
actually jumped off a bridge.
I might have jumped off. Dude, I wasn't ready.
What is that? Be his 7th ring, I think. That's what if
And then
Brady won again?
hold on, did you guys see Eli Manning?
No.
Oh, I
Man's
think
gone.
I did.
He's done, retired.
Yeah.
What number is he on the Patriots? Or am I dumb?
He's not Patriots.
Who is he?
Eli is fucking.
He's in New York.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't keep up with
Bro.
football. No cap.
High key. My heart kind
You
of
know what-
broke right
you
there.
know, hold
I
on,
thought
I
we had
guess
something.
For this
I
conver-
thought we had
What
something.
was his? What was his number? What
I
was
thought
his
we-
number?
What was his number on the Patriots?
Hold on, you want to
thought-
see? Look, this. Watch me get flamed real quick. Watch this shit.
Get the
Gross.
fuck out. Get out. You are my worst
Gross,
enemy.
dude.
You are my worst enemy. You
Let's
can't
go,
tell right now,
Cowboys!
'cause I'm
Yes,
probably-
sir!
'cause I'm probably frozen. I'm probably frozen right now, but you can't. I'm gripping the shit out of my mouth. I hope you fucking
my
die.
two
It
teams
froze
are
on
the
you gripping the shit
Cowboys,
on your mouth.
Cowboys and the Rams. Those are my two teams.
You pick shitty teams all around. Like I'm disgusted with you.
I mean, at least
You
it's
know
not
what?
the Patriots.
I'm gonna share my video to my group chat just so we can all flame you in the chat.
Okay. Swapping the topic here. Has anyone kept up to date with the virus going on?
No,
That was
what
my
the hell is
first-
this?
That was my
virus?
first hearing about it. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right. So basically, the shit started in China. I saw this video on it, and it was just guy like, hey, want to hear some shit? And basically, it started off this town, and right next to the town, about like 100 miles away, is a testing facility for new parasites and diseases. And since they're so close, and it got in the seafood and shit, and so the people it's basic everyone's
Bro, I had
everyone's
sushi
getting
last
it, and
week, no.
everyone's getting it, and it's not really in NA right now, but it's affecting like a lot of China. 4 confirmed cases in Australia. Andrew said. Yeah, 4 confirmed cases in Australia, so it's already gone overseas.
Yo, feels bad for Australia, man. They're going through shit. That virus. And
They're going through some
the
shit.
fire. Like I was watching a video, and it was like the animals from the forest like running to the people because they're so
Yeah.
scared. It literally just like fucking breaks my heart. Like, am I gonna do anything about it? No. I don't got money to donate.
Bro, I'm finna put water in an envelope and mail this watch.
Like I can't do
It's
anything,
just
but like
funny,
it
it's
just
so
sucks,
funny.
man.
Australia is getting hit with way too much right now. Like if you.
Oh
really
no,
think
they
about
also
it,
got hit with a huge fucking rainstorm, a snowstorm, or not a snowstorm, a hailstorm. They just
Yeah,
got hit
they
with
just-
that too.
They're all around getting fucked.
Australia's
It was bad,
fucked,
man,
dude.
Australia.
Australia's fucked.
Actually, with like the whole like virus thing, this happened actually not too long ago. So there's a place called like I'm not gonna say the city, but like 20 minutes away from where I am, there's like a nuke, not a nuke. It's like actually it might be a nuclear facility, whatever, and or radiation.
Let's
Or
hope that
something.
doesn't blow up.
Radiation or something, and
Chernobyl.
I don't even know. It's close to me, and I got an Amber Alert, which I don't. Do you guys have that in America? Amber
Is
Alert?
that
Yes.
why?
Okay.
Do you guys have that in America?
I don't fucking know. So we got an Amber Alert saying that the facility, like the radiation, just like the whole place blew up, or like something like got fucked
In
up. With,
Canada?
like, in Canada, like this is 20 minutes away from me, the facility.
Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. You're in Ontario.
Uh,
Or Toronto.
Here, hold on. Let me quickly.
Type it in chat.
Sorry, stream.
Well,
Actually,
he's in.
Let me quickly just move this over here.
Oh fuck.
Hold on.
Toronto power plant. Got it.
No, it's not Toronto.
Oh, I lied.
You do this.
Don't say that name in chat, bro. Finna leak his address.
Vanilla.
I think that's it. So look that up. Oh, I just fucking. Oh well. I showed on stream. It's fine. So that like we got an Amber Alert saying that like the whole, like 4 a.m, like the facility or 7 a.m, but like the facility like something happened, like the things aren't working, so like everyone like stay in your homes. 2 hours later, oh guys, false alarm. Never mind.
That's terrifying.
So like everyone's
Well,
in
it's
their
like
house.
the shit that happened in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's like everyone's in their house like fucking not knowing. Well, I was awake, so I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just
My
playing.
man
League.
Nate was like, "Oh no, Fallout 4."
I'm just playing League, and my buddy Matthias is like, "Yo, we finna die." I'm like, "Oh shit, this is the end, boys." I'm playing League. He's like, he messaged me saying, "Yo, this power plant just went off, and you're still playing League of Legends. Feels bad, man." And I'm like,
Nah,
"Oh
hell, I'm
fuck."
dying happy, bro.
And then like
I'm
an
gonna die
hour
happy with
later,
this penna.
fucking
No, why'd you lose your last game, bro?
lose my last game. I get it. It's like
That feels bad.
an hour later, we get another Amber Alert saying like, "Oh, false alarm! Like just one of the things broke, and that person who like something happened and messed up the whole thing, and that one person just got fucking fired, and they're looking into it for more." But like, what the fuck?
Rest in peace, my man's job.
Amber
Imagine going into
Alerts.
an interview and be like, "Why were you fired from your last job?" And being like, "I set off an Amber Alert in Canada."
They're like fucking 20 minutes away from this place. Like Jesus Christ. So that's like the whole
And,
virus thing and all that.
Yeah. I'm keeping up to date with the Onision thing as well,
Don't know
which
what
is
that
a huge thing. It's so he used to be a really big YouTuber. Made a lot of shit. I actually it sucks to say it, but I used to watch him and enjoy some of his content. And recently he's getting exposed for pedophilia. You know, like
In my opinion,
abusing
though,
minors, pretty much.
If you
And,
actually are doing that, you deserve every bit of
No,
exposure
yeah, me
for
too.
it.
And my man Chris Hansen showed up to his doorstep,
Yes.
and Onision had called the police on Chris Hansen because he pulled up to the doorstep. And then get this, Onision tries to sue Chris Hansen. This motherfucker sued the wrong Chris Hansen.
Oh my god.
How do you? How? And then he showed up to court wearing a backwards bulletproof vest. Not even right, like not even on right. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like, my
Shit.
man was just taking L after L after L.
That's fucking stupid, man.
No, it's fucking insane.
Imagine showing up to a court with a backwards bulletproof vest. Like, how the fuck?
But imagine having to call the police, exposing yourself, saying, "Hey, bro, Chris Hansen is at my door. I don't know why."
That is
Like,
fuck-
imagine having to out yourself out like that to the 911 caller. Like, I'm not a pedophile, but a pedophile hunter is at my house. Please help.
That's
Get fucked, dude.
Dude, I'm actually. You saying that made me physically cringe. And no
Dude,
one
this
can see it
the
because
entire
every time I try, it just freezes on me, and I don't want someone snapping that and typing it in chat repeatedly.
and a bunch of people actually showed up to us at the case. Like, a bunch of people saw it and were like, "Oh shit," and recorded it on TikTok and posted it on TikTok of them going to Onision's trial. Like, this is how much of a meme this man he fucked himself over, like,
That's
completely.
a real feels bad.
And it's hilarious.
What was
And
that?
he just got a fat ass L.
I think we had another topic, didn't we? Because I'm in
So it was
I have,
what?
I'm in.
Sports, esports, league, music.
Fuck, we out, boys. That's funny.
What else did we do? Yo, Steven. Okay, I got this.
What's up?
You're kind of a remotely new player to League,
Indeed.
right? All right. How do you think League is with new players? Like, how do you think how friendly is the
Fucking
environment?
brutal. Y'all need to chill the
How
fuck out.
friendly is the environment?
Bro, I can't even enter a blind pick match without, because here's the thing. Playing bots is kind of helpful because it helps you learn the mechanics of your game and your character, and but at the same time, you have people in there that know how to play, but for some reason are just there.
Yeah.
And they like start wandering up in your lane. They start running around, and you're just sitting there going, "Okay, I can't learn the game if these motherfuckers keep coming in here." But
Well,
then when
because I've been
you go to like the custom games thing where you can like do training,
Mhm.
but then that's just stupid because I can't learn by that. I have to play with an actual physical player. But then when you go to pick like the blind picks, you end up with the Smurfers, and the Smurfers will absolutely fucking destroy you. Hashtag Birdman, fuck you.
I'm just thinking because so I've taught 3 people how to play League, right? I've taught you kind of Neo. I've kind of taught Neo. It's very like back and forth of teaching. It just kind of happens when it happens. But my problem is I get frustrated easily, so I'm not that good of a teacher.
I was gonna say,
I can if I'm not
dare
totally.
say you taught my ass.
No, I taught
Steven,
Steven, Neo, and Andrew.
I want to have that level of experience when it comes to playing against other people, but you can't get that when the second you die and everybody else on your team is not new, and they just get in chat and they just start roasting the shit out of you, and then they like start taking over your lane because they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I gotta carry this motherfucker."
Coming from a toxic player myself, I can say personally
Honestly, but here's the
that
thing,
being
though. Here's what I
toxic
would like to
isn't
see.
funny. Like I'm toxic because I'm a dickhead, personally. Like, but I'm toxic. I type in chat. I will never run it down someone else's lane. I will. I haven't like not purposely run it down someone else's lane. I won't. Sometimes I'll troll walk in, but that's if they like ban my champion or something. And usually they don't do that because they're smart. They're smarter than that.
I would like to see something that League would do from levels 1 to 20. Okay, because I believe from the
Like
1
a
to
newcomer
20,
mode.
Yeah, but you can't join that if you're a higher level than 20.
Well, that doesn't really make sense because
here's the thing, because you're still gonna get Smurfers, but at least you won't have like that duo with the level 5 and the level.
I think they should do it like they did
780.
Clash and bind the phone number to each account. And then once the phone number is bound into each account, then you can go into that newcomer mode. So you can have newcomer mode just on the side, right? And then that's where all the new players can come in after they've linked their phone number, confirmed that it's a new account, it's a new player. So that'll kind of filter out the Smurfs from the actual new players genuinely trying to learn and enjoy the game. Because at this point, with how many Smurfs and whatever else are going on, no new player is going to come in and stay because of how difficult it is to play the game.
Well, the other shitty thing is, though, is like when I actually played a couple matches a few days ago, and when I went into blind pick, one of the really new guys was like getting his ass handed to him because he was playing. I think he was playing bot, and his ADC was playing jungle. Like we had 2 junglers for no fucking reason, and he ended up leaving the game because everybody was like on his ass, and I think he was only like level 15 to be honest. Like I'm not surprised he wasn't doing bad, but everybody kept leaving him. No one was helping him. I would try to come help him, but his laners were way too fed, and I felt bad because he ended up disconnecting. I was like, shit. Now we got.
I think they need a better tutorial.
I didn't even use it
because
when I first started
their
playing.
Their tutorial teaches you how to build items. Sure, okay, that's cool. They don't teach you how to farm.
Yeah.
And when they do say, "Hey, farm this wave," they already give you a full build.
Yeah.
Like with the new tutorial, when you choose your champion or whatever to like go down that one single lane, your champion is basically full build. You can go Ari. Oh god, it froze on a no. Okay, there we go. It froze on a really weird spot.
I don't even see it.
But yeah, you can go Ari, and you can one-shot minions, not with your item, not with your like abilities or anything, but just with your autos alone. And that's not going to teach new players anything. They're going to go into a game expecting them to be that OP from the start. And they're going to like the boss that they face or whatever. They're going to be like, "Oh, this is fucking easy." And they're going to actual play where most of the time people are competitive even if it's normals, and they're just going to get shit on because it's completely fucking different. And it's just not the same whatsoever. So I think they need to redo this
My biggest
tutorial.
problem is I still have problems with farming because the tutorial never really gave you
Exactly
how to wave push, how to stop a wave. Never taught you how to proxy. Never taught you any of that shit. It was just like, hit a minion, you kill him, you get gold. Congratulations. That's your
Well, the thing about proxying is that it's not even something that Riot came up with. It's
not
something that a Singed player one day was like, "Yo, bro, what if I went behind your turret and farmed
stopped
your
the
fucking wave so you
Yeah.
couldn't do shit, and then after you come to stop me, I'm just gonna run it fucking down to your nexus so you can't get the gold." Is pretty much what proxying is.
And that was obviously not my point, but like it's just the fact of a tutorial needs more than what it has.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, because when I first joined, I didn't get to just skip the tutorial because I had no idea what the fuck I was walking
No,
into.
well,
I
they
came
force
from-
you to play the
I came
tutorial.
from Battlefield straight to League. Aiden was the one that got me into League. I came straight from like Battlefield and CS:GO, and I went straight into League, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, Peyton got me into League. It was definitely, I think that the game was friendlier to new players a couple years ago than it is now.
Oh, now
Well,
it's
like,
just like
every player is like different. Like in my perspective, like I didn't even use a tutorial, and like
No,
for most,
I was a quick learner, but there are people that aren't
Yeah.
quick learners.
I mean, I'm not saying I was a quick learner. Like I think it took me like
Right.
at least 20 games to get my first, or it took me like 30 games for me to consistently being able to get a kill each game. Even for every game, like I don't use a tutorial, and I came from Counter-Strike. I've literally looking at a MOBA, I was like, this is a shit fucking game.
okay, but can we all agree that the second CS:GO became free, it was shit?
It was dead before that.
So like
CS:GO's
Global
free now.
Offensive.
Yeah, CS:GO's free now.
It's free?
They made it free.
Yeah, the second it became free, shit players started popping up. and
Not
it was
even
bad.
before that. I can. You want me? I'll tell you the exact
It
time
was-
Counter Strike became.
I
dead.
know when it was.
The first time Counter Strike became dead is when they started changing all the maps.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
When Dust 2 got changed, when Inferno got changed, once they started doing that, fucked.
No,
Yeah.
it died when they added gloves,
Not even like the gloves were just whatever.
and then they stopped giving like good skins from just playing the game. Like how you like your level up bonuses.
Yeah,
Like where people would get like I don't remember the fucking name, the Dragon Op skin. I don't
that
remember
Dragon
what
Lore,
it's
but
called.
that was like a rare,
Dragon Lore.
rare.
It was a rare drop, but you could still get it. Now you don't have a chance of getting it, like whatsoever. Like you can be the luckiest man alive and still not get it.
Well, now there's like new
Compared
skins
to
that are
where-
actually worth more than the Op or the Dragon Lore now.
It makes no sense to me how skins can be worth that much, and a fucking virtual.
How I
video
thought
game.
about it was like I think I spent like, God, how much money? I don't even know how much money I spent on Counter Strike, but I made it back.
Honestly, I think I've spent more money on League than I have in any other game.
If I can get statistics, I've made $3,000 off Counter Strike from betting and doing that, but I spent at
Did
least.
you get scammed?
I got scammed. I was getting to that.
Bro,
I've
been
s-
scammed several
I
times.
spent 2K on League, on Counter Strike, made it back, got scammed, whatever. I think my League number is 1,800. I've spent on League.
Yeah, that's roughly mine. Well, mine's like 2,000 because 2 accounts.
The thing is like, I don't know why I spend money on games. Like people
I
that
don't
don't play
either.
video games are like, oh, you spent like $2,000, you spent 1,800. You could been like buying a car. You could been buying way better stuff. I could have been buying more shoes. But it's like, and there's like a big controversial thing, like people that don't play video games as much as like us or gamers, are like, what's the point of doing that? Like, I've been playing video games since my early 12, 11 years old. Started off playing Minecraft,
Yeah.
and
The days.
it's like gaming is like, we can even say girls. Like there's a lot of girls are like, oh, this kid plays video games, like blah 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 blah. He's on track. Like there's so many things, and like I've not had like one experience to where I regret playing video games. The connections I've made off it, all the good memories I've made.
I don't know. When I tilt, sometimes I'm like, why the fuck did I start
Even-
playing
it's
this
even like that,
goddamn
it's
game?
like I
But,
tilt,
like,
and like that's a part of the game though. Like video games have made such a
Tilting
big
is a
impact
part.
in my life. As much as I hate to say that, like whatever, like it's a fun time, and I feel like more and more people are starting to like play in. Like fucking thank God for Fortnite, because
I think people are starting to open up to
They're
the
starting to open
idea
up,
of gaming being, more like
more than just
fun
an
and-
activity, more as like a sport and more of a career. That
Yeah,
you can
people
do.
are slowly fucking moving it to being more of a
Can
sport.
we have a gaming Olympics, please?
I think
Please.
I don't know where I heard it from, but I think there was like a rumor that esports was going to be in the Olympics or something like that. I think
The fucking Winter Olympics.
I think Rick Fox was on a talk show, and he said in like 2 years that it's going to be on in the Olympics.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's getting really big. Like
No, league is
What,
like
world's-
league as a game.
world's top-
Worlds had
Worlds
like
topped the
41
viewership.
million viewers.
It topped the viewership of the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl
like
had
3
like
times over.
2.4 million, I think.
Yeah, it's mad. Well, because, I mean, the only sport I think with comparable numbers that can even be slightly comparable with soccer is because
The
every
50
person, a lot of people from different countries can come in to enjoy it. Football's not really that enjoyable to other people in different countries.
Like in Europe, you have soccer, which is their football, and all the EU fans and even a lot of NA people like watching the World Cup and stuff like that.
But you go to playing League, and any able-bodied person can play it, and they're gonna enjoy it. And so everyone's gonna watch it.
And there's a whole conversation with the whole like, what's the point of people in their like 40s and like older people that don't understand video games. Like, what's the point? Like, why do you watch video games? How is watching someone play video games fun? It's the same thing. Like, when you watch people play hockey, it's entertaining because you like it. You often play that sport or whatever, and you watch it because you like watching it. People who like watching video games are people who play video games and like to watch it. It's the same conversation, and people are just not understanding. And maybe it's actually changed because I think I watched like a talk show a while back, but like it's just like it's getting more like into depth and more out there, and people are knowing more about it. But there's still a big. I'm not saying the whole world is gonna fucking think video games is whatever. Video games isn't for everyone. People like
it's mostly the old people that are like,
and
why would this be a sport? Or like the fucking chads that are like, why is this a sport?
It's like
it
that's
shouldn't
the
be
thing.
counted as a sport.
That's the thing. Like back in their day, sports was their source of entertainment. Now in this generation, video games are people's entertainment. It's what they do.
And
they didn't have the technology.
I think they're mad that we can make money off of playing the video game.
Yeah, it's like when
time is evolving with technology. And that's the biggest thing. Like people, like this is what I hate. Right, this is the biggest thing I hate. And I'm not trying to like say everybody's saying this, but some people like the older generation will be like, oh well, we didn't grow up with what you guys had. Blah blah blah. You wouldn't know. It's like I'm sorry, I don't know it. I grew up in the technology era. It's just how time progresses and how technology progresses. Everybody in our generation is gonna adapt to something. That happens to be video games because video games was the most popular for us. I can't tell you a single day that I came home, when I wasn't doing sports or something or hanging out with the guys. I can't tell you a single time I came home from middle school and did not hop on Modern Warfare.
Exactly.
Or I did not hop on Black Ops. There's not a single time.
But it's like even like when we were kids, we were still in the generation to where like we went outside and we played with our friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't give them that much flack because nowadays I'll see kids, like 7 years old that have a phone, and I'm like, dude, go fucking outside.
Yeah, that's my point.
There's like
that's my point.
The people on TikTok that are like 14 or 13 shaking their ass on the camera. I'm like, dude, I was fucking playing with Bionicles your age. What are you doing, man?
I was playing with Legos, dog.
And I'm like, you're shaking your ass in front of a camera, and I'm trying to play Bionicles. What the fuck?
Like that's my point. Like back in the day, like in our day, we were kids.
if
We were playing outside. We were playing with our friends. But now, like in our perspective of us being almost adults, and Steven's probably an adult too. I don't even know his age, but whatever.
He's 19.
Yeah. Okay. So he's an adult in Canada. Kids that were our age back then grew up with just playing video games. They didn't have the outside like, oh, let's go play some sports. Let's go, like the shit that we did as kids that we found we found shit to do. Like now those kids are just playing games. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like, even I still have that because when I was living with Aiden, like we'd be playing video games for like 2 hours straight, and then I'd look at him and be like, "Yo, you trying to run around, do something?" We go to like the park or some shit. Like
this one time, we shoved his brother down a driveway in a shopping cart.
Shopping cart
without a helmet.
Down the hill.
We went
no helmet, no nothing. Just pushed
I remember as a kid, like the one thing that I actually remembered the other day was like like the tricycles. Like I was a small kid. So like what we did is like the little tricycles, I sat on it and we had a rope, and then someone had a bike in front connected to the rope, so the person would just like go down with the bike pedaling, and the person in the back is just drifting back and forth on the tricycle because you don't have control.
Yo,
it's like,
did anybody else have a skateboard when they were younger?
Yeah,
I had a scooter.
But before you didn't know how to ride it, so you just sit down and bomb a hill sitting down.
Yeah.
Anybody else did that? Was it just
like go down the driveway with it?
No, it's like
bombing down this hill and you're like shaking back and forth, and you just hit something. You're like, oh well.
When it comes to stuff like that, like obviously it started with skateboarding. I'm pretty sure a lot of boys started skateboarding because they're like, ooh, that's cool. But then like eventually when I went to the skate park and I started skating, I'm like, scootering is the thing for me. And
dude,
I think it was
like I'm a skater, and I will definitely tell you that scooters are fucking fun.
Yeah, no, like
when he got on my scooter, he was
I started in grade 5 I ended in grade 9 because it's like my whole like first year of high school. Didn't want to get bullied because I was about to be sponsored by a scooter company because that's how good I was.
I would have taken that.
I know that was the thing. Like I was going to, but like apparently my high school reputation mattered more than what I was happy, and that's what I was younger. Like, oh, people are gonna judge me. Because back then, like scootering was like, eh.
I mean, I feel
it does suck that you have to go. I mean, I went through my entire high school career going through, stages of I don't want to do this and get judged, or
yeah, it's like
I
grade 9,
didn't
you want
I didn't want to run track because I didn't want to wear I didn't want to wear like, too short of shorts. I thought I'd get made fun of, or oh, you just run for a sport. That's stupid. Like, I worried about more of my reputation than myself.
And that's like the grade time.
Go get tossed.
That's like the 9th grade, grade 9, whatever you want to say, mentality.
Yeah.
It's like you want to fit in, you don't want to be a laughing stock.
I feel like
now I really don't care.
Now
I'll show up to school with whatever the fuck. I'll.
Like, I don't give a shit
school,
now.
I'd walk in that bitch and they'd be like, "You're wearing that?" I'd be like,
"Yep."
Yeah.
You had a problem with it, bitch.
What's up, bitch? And like, I wouldn't fucking care.
I am glad that stage hasn't stuck with me where I feel like I need to fit in.
Yeah, no.
One of the biggest things that I do miss, though, like, I would go back is the days when I would, spend mass amount on Nerf guns and just have Nerf gun fights.
That's what I'm saying. Like when we were younger, we had Nerf guns. We had Beyblades. We had like all the toys.
Beyblade?
All the toys.
Beyblades were the shit, dude.
Now, like nowadays, you don't see kids with toys. You see them with Bakugan, like Chaotic, all that, like Pokemon, the card. I mean, Pokemon's still around, but like that was like our childhood. Like toys. Toys was like the thing. For Christmas, we got toys. Like when we were younger.
Like we had the games there.
Bro, nowadays I just want socks.
Yeah, like I mean, because we're older, but like kids.
I'm happy if I get socks.
Kids that are younger in this generation now, that you're gonna like, oh, I want an iPhone, or I want AirPods, I want an Xbox, like whatever. They just want consoles and like games and stuff.
Yeah, we wanted.
But I feel like
I wanted the GI Joes.
Yeah, I know. Like kids our age now, or kids that are in our generation, I feel like they missed out on like that whole.
It sucks, but
toy thing.
I'm glad I was born to a point where I had technology available, but I also didn't have to be on it 24/7.
Yeah, like I wasn't even,
I still enjoyed the outside.
I wasn't a gamer when I was younger. I played Club Penguin was like the first I guess online game. And then we went to Minecraft, and then Minecraft was a long period of times where I fucking met this kid. And then
7th grade, baby.
7th grade, baby.
I know, because I was homeschooled, so we played like every day.
And then I went to like first-person shooters. Went to Counter-Strike. And then I went to Overwatch.
It took me a second to get with because my computer couldn't run it.
And then League. And then now we're just like I'm just addicted to League. 5 years later.
I'm addicted to League, dude.
My first game.
Fuck.
Mine
was WoW.
At the time, it was my mom's boyfriend. He bought an Xbox 360. And
there's a war.
Honestly, from that point, I never really had games aside and doing shit. So he got the Xbox 360, and he had like Modern Warfare, he had Black Ops, and I would like play for like maybe like an hour, and then I'd be like, on chat, and I'd tell my friends, and I was like, yo, high key, who wants to buy a couple Nerf guns and just like do our own, Modern Warfare on the sand pit or something? So that's what we did. Like, yeah, we'd play the game, but like
it's like we had the imagination.
Even in like the worst weather possible. Like it'd be raining, it'd be like, it could be any type of weather, and I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna wake up at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna wait till 11. I'm gonna start waking everybody up, knocking on their doors. I didn't get to text anybody. I had to go knock on doors.
Knock on doors, yeah.
Yeah, knock on doors. Sit there at the door. Is what's his name home?
I grew up in
Hi, what's his name's mom? Hi, what's his name, mom? Is he home?
Is he able to
Can he come outside today? Is he able to come outside?
I remember doing that shit, man.
I remember ding dong. Nowadays, people shaking their ass on the camera when they're like 12.
12 years old.
And I gotta go check their bio to catch a case real quick.
I know, facts.
Facts for
fucking
real.
TikTok. I made one TikTok, and it was like, like the boys like pick girls, pick your boy, and like I'm looking through the comments, like all the girls, and they're like saying this person. Like I'm going to their profile, they're all like 12 and 13. I'm like, holy fuck, I forgot TikTok had like 12-year-olds, and I was like, I just felt really uncomfortable. But it's crazy.
TikTok
like kids these days, man, are just connected to their phones, and I'm addicted to my phone.
This kid, he was like 5, not even, and he had an iPhone 11.
I know,
and he dropped it, and then he's like, "Mom, my phone broke. Buy me a new one." And I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm like, "Excuse me,
motherfucker! Do you know the down payment on that phone?"
Like I didn't get a phone till the 8th grade.
I got a flip phone. I got a flip phone in 8th grade.
My
I didn't
first
even get a phone until like my senior year of high school, bro.
my first phone was a BlackBerry, but
Yo, the
you could
Blackberries, the
you
keyboard.
couldn't make calls on it. You couldn't do anything like that. The only purpose it was it had a few songs on it that I could listen to
Yeah.
for hockey. And then eventually I was like, I kept my excuse was I kept on getting lost because I couldn't text my parents. So like they got me like I think they
Like,
got me
mommy, I need a phone.
they got me some like fucking Android phone that no one knew about, and I was like, okay, I can make calls on, I can text and whatever. And then eventually we got up to the iPhone.
Elementary to into middle school, I didn't have a phone. I had a MP3 player that had the radio, so I used that a lot. Just listen to the radio 24/7. And then from middle school, I think about 7th grade is when I had a little iPod. Back when YouTube was like one of those old television things. And then I think about my freshman year of high school is when I actually got a real phone, and I was like so psyched.
I'm stuck in this middle phase where I'm like, I want to go back and be a kid 'cause it was fucking fun. But now at the same time, I'm like, I want to be adult. I want to be an adult. I want to be able to go explore. I want to be able to have only the laws tell me what not to do. Like, I don't need parents. I want to be able to explore, do whatever I want because I'm legal and I can go fuck
Hashtag
around.
Apartment coming in August.
That's also like,
Yes, sir.
and I don't know if that's just me.
It's expensive. But
This just could be me, but like that whole like growing up phase, living by yourself, having your job, having fucking even
It's
kids later
scary.
on. It's scary to think about.
it's scary. It's fucking terrifying.
Because I swear,
to
like
me.
2 days ago, I was still like a kid, just like my mom cutting my fucking food for me.
So I was actually looking through
And now
What am
I'm
I-
worrying about getting a passport to go to Canada
Exactly.
and Japan, and I'm like,
well,
what
here's the thing.
fuck?
The thing is, I was looking at me and Aiden's Discord chat, and I was just scrolling through to find something, and I found this old ass game clip of me and him playing fucking Fortnite, and that was in
Oh,
2000
yeah.
that was in 2017.
No, it was
Okay.
not.
Yes, it was
Oh my
2017.
god.
And I was sitting there, and I heard my voice, and then I heard Aiden, and I was looking at the dates, and I was like, when the fuck was this? And it said 2017, and I swear to God, that was yesterday. Like I felt.
Yeah, it felt
Because
like
that whole night, that was the night before the Awakening EP. That was actually no, that was the night before we actually came together as a music group. That was like so much. Like I swear, I hate growing up. Like every time I look at we're talking about getting an apartment, and it scares me because I'm just like, bro,
it's
I
no like
don't want to fall asleep another day. Like I'm terrified.
yeah, it's for I don't know, like just the thought of it, like the thought of me actually having to go out on the internet and look for apartments to have, and knowing that I can't ask my parents to pay for it, I have to myself and I and the roommates have to pay for it is fucking terrifying.
Bro, what's scary is
And the fact that I have to look up how to
doctor's
build
office.
credit is terrifying.
Yeah, like I hate the growing up process. I really do. It's
But at the
kinda
same time,
scary.
it's like I'm independent. I can be
Yeah.
independent.
Scary,
You be your own
but
person.
It's exciting. Like I swear to God, if I wake up and I'm 45, that's it. I'm going to Mars. I'm doing
I
something.
think
don't
like
know.
when you're like 16 to like 21 is definitely where you build your most not like exactly like your personality, but like kind of who you are in
You just
general. Is like
you kind
definitely
of
where you
figure out
build.
who you are.
Yeah, and what you
identify
want to do.
yourself more. But like I'm about to hit that next chapter of my life, going into college next year, and
Oh, you going to college?
Um,
What you going in for?
college next year gonna be doing the trades most likely. That's what I applied
Oh yeah,
for.
I'm.
Is everybody still in
probably gonna
school
go.
in here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my second semester of 12th grade starts in 4 days.
Jesus.
I'm
Christ, I feel
taking
My,
it-
old.
my
I'm-
last
I'm
semester of high
taking-
school.
I don't want to go to college personally. I
I'm
think
going
I'm
to
just gonna go to a
college.
trade school tops.
I'm going to
I wanna
college.
do
Like
it.
I'm just saying, like it's the next chapter. Like
Dude, I'm so distressed right now.
done
I'm
hi-
banking on music and plumbing probably.
like done high school.
call it a
Like
day.
that shit's just
Hey,
scary.
Hey, which one of you? I want to switch places with one of you. Who wants to switch? I want to be back in high school. I miss it
I'll do it.
so
Swap
much.
me. Swap me.
Like
Swap.
here's the thing. Like people are like, oh my god, I hate high school. I hate high school. But it's like, in 12th
Oh,
grade,
You miss it.
in the 12th grade, shit goes that quickly. Like
it does.
It does.
I've-
I can't believe that I'm already in the second
I don't
semester.
know. Second semester's already like starting. Like holy, like where'd all the time go and shit. But I feel like
I'm already almost a month
yeah,
in.
the reason why I feel like 12th grade is fast, and this is only depending if you have a spare, or like a part, or like one period that you don't have a class and you're just off for that period. If you have that, that makes the days go by way quicker.
Yeah.
Because I have
Yeah.
4 periods for one day, so I have 4 classes, and my spare is usually 3rd period 1 week or 4th period 1 week. So like, I get a whole like lunch break and then spare and then 4th period, or then when I have spare 4th period, I just fucking go home at like 1:30.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of the reasons why I feel like it's longer. Because, last year it's like 4 classes, a long day, whatever. But this year it's like, yo, I have a spare. Like, I can do whatever I want. And that's one of the reasons why.
I just miss being at the lunch table with all the guys. Like,
what if for me, because all my friends drive.
I'm such a loner.
During
I eat in the hall.
During
I eat
that
in the
lunch
hallway.
period, because all my buddies drive and like all my whole group drives, we just go to McDonald's every single day for lunch.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what me and I'll ditch my lunch to go to Peyton and Fernando's lunch because we have a different lunch. So I'll just go dip with them. We'll go like, off campus to like Wendy's or some shit. We'll go fuck around for a bit.
I think probably what I really miss is I was a big baseball player. I've always been a big baseball player, and I hate my senior year of walking off that field pissed me off. Like our very last game, it pissed me off because like I will never get to see that kind of competition level ever again. Ever. That was that day we walked off the field and shook everybody's hands was the last day I ever got to see that competition level. And it irritates me because like I know for a fact I can't get into college and play baseball. I know for a fact I can't go try out for the Red Sox when they have, or I can't.
You can't go like.
I can't even. Yeah,
you can't
get
pursue
that.
it.
You can't get that level of experience unless you're like. I mean, shout out to the kids from my high school that actually got to go there. But for some of us, man, that was the end of it. That was the end of the road.
I'll be fine playing
competition.
community sports. I'll vibe with
Yeah,
it.
like, that's-
Yeah, I like.
I do miss.
I
I,
like
do miss
community
going to my
sports.
track meets and shit. Like going to like states. Oh, going to state hits different so much.
And that's the thing. Like I always tell myself, like when I'm like having a good moment during high school or whatever, just you gotta appreciate the little things. Cause like those little things will like fucking it just makes it better. And then like when you can just look back at it. And that's why I feel like, in grade 9, I was like, I'm not going to do anything in school. I'm not going to do any sports. I'll be scared. If you get yourself out there and you do, like, activities and sports during school, like, you just have a better high school experience. And then you get to make more friends of the older grades. And then eventually, once you hit that high grade, people are going to look up to you if you continue to be on that team and stuff. And it's just, like, the things that just make high school better. Like, I don't see how, like, people can just do their classes and that's it.
Yeah. My other years doing high school was definitely like a lot better than this one. This one I had to go through a lot. I'm not gonna name things, but just things in general, push me through it and kind of it's like a test almost of, hey, you've gone through this or that, but can you go through this final year of whatever else, and not even school related, just in general, like do you really like it's a test.
I believe in is like. Especially since me and you have gone through,
whatever.
Thick and thin. I believe that it builds, it's building something. And
It's building character.
I'm waiting for that path to just start lighting up.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like, I think personally, like you can look at anyone's life and it's definitely telling a story. Everyone's life can tell a story.
Yeah, everybody's life tells a story.
And it feels like, there's always going to be a build up to somewhat. It can be a bad build up, but most of the time, oh fuck my voice. Most of the time, it's going to be a good build up. It's going to be I'm not even getting emotional. I have fucking phlegm in my throat. But eventually, hopefully, whatever you go through is worth it.
Well, that's the thing. Like I feel like people that go through like traumatic things and like stuff that like makes that was disgusting. He gotta mute his mic. Come on, bro. He puts the camera down but doesn't mute the mic. Okay.
Thanks for putting the camera down.
Big things that like that impact
bro.
your life. That's like emotional or whatever happens. Like that. I feel like it just makes you stronger as a person.
Disgusting.
I think it builds character.
It makes you like stronger. Like with the shit that's happened with me. Obviously, we're not gonna get into the emotional whatever of our lives, but like it just made me like overall stronger as a person. And like you just like tend to like just only think about you sometimes and like take care of yourself before I don't know. So it just makes you a stronger person. So there's like pros and cons to whatever shit you have to go through, but like I think overall it just makes you who you are to this day and fucking just makes you stronger.
I'll vape to that.
Yeah, cheers.
I'm going into this year, thinking that it's a new decade. This is the second decade I've been alive.
Oh fuck.
And I'm about to live this to my fullest. I was born this decade. So I'm about to live, or I was born last decade, so I'm gonna live this decade, even better.
Just take it.
Do better things.
You gotta think about it like this, and like
We're already taking the right steps.
For even all three of us, doesn't really matter. Obviously, it happened earlier for Steven, but like at the end of this decade, we have a high chance of having kids and being married.
That makes me sick.
Because like it's so in
I'm
10
not
years,
ready.
so let's say 9 years, because it'll be 2029. We'll all be like, what is that? I don't even know math. We'll be like 26, almost 27. So is that math?
Near 30.
20. Yeah, you'll be in your 30s. We'll be in our late 20s.
2030, I'll be
29. I think I'll be 20.
No, because if it.
I'll be turning. I'll be ready.
well. At the end of the decade would be 2030, wouldn't it?
Because we're 17.
Technically.
You and I are 17. So if you add 9 years onto that, that's 20. Then what is it?
I'm turning 20 in
6.
March.
So we'll be like 26, almost 27. So
You'll
like
probably
by
have
then,
set jobs.
Damn,
Set.
fuck
you'll have
youngsters.
you'll have your
I'm pushing
jobs. You'll
30.
be probably like,
yeah, you're gonna be pushing 30.
depending on your age.
No, you'd
And
be
what-
29, wouldn't you?
Because if we're 26,
28, 29.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be turning 30 in March.
So like depending on like what situations you're in, by that time we'll be like married, we'll be having kids, and that's when fucking.
Oh God, stop talking.
I know, but
Stop
we're into the conversation now. We kind of have to,
No,
right?
Psych, bro, your boy's getting married early, dude. I'm gonna be.
But
The
yeah,
first
like it could
person
be
to get
even
married.
early. It could be even early, but like
I'm getting
this-
married this
That's
summer.
scary.
just
Not
I know,
early,
right?
baby.
That this point is like this decade, we're gonna be full on adults having our own families and shit.
Yo, I don't care if it's 2069. My kid's still getting a Honda Accord for his first car. 1999, baby.
My kids are gonna get a bike, bro. No, I don't got time for a
No,
car.
it's
Give
funny.
him rollerblades. Use your feet.
It's like you look at TikToks, right? There's like TikToks of like, you know, like us, our generation being adults, and like it's like on the radio, it's like throwbacks, and it's like fucking like Travis Scott or like Post
It's gonna
Malone.
be like Travis Scott. I'm gonna start shaking my kid. What you know about this? What you know about this?
And then your kids, our kids are just like, what the fuck? But like that's crazy. It's just to think about.
Once
that
I hit the
shit.
nay while I'm fucking 60 years old, I get those goosebumps every time. In Walmart, just
Bro,
fucking bowling in a little chair.
the shitty part is though, like every time I
It's
think
rough to
about
think
it,
about.
like I hate to think about it because like, you know, it's not just because I'm getting older. It's like watching my dad get older.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like fuck, man. He's literally gonna see, you know, fuck, man.
No cap, since we getting
crazy.
into this, I don't think what I'm not prepared for the most is because obviously, or more than likely, if I'm not fucking stupid, I'm gonna outlive my parents and my grandparents, and I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready for that emotional.
Get to that emotional trauma that you have to go through, right?
I don't think I'm ready
Well,
for them to pass.
How about
And me have to worry about going to their funeral.
I'll tell you what.
I don't think
I'll
I'm
tell
ready
you what
for that.
The most part that I'm worried about. I'm worried about technology.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fucking
I'm also,
crazy.
I'm
later
also worried about.
What about wars, man? Something's gonna
No,
happen.
War has always been there, bro.
Or
War's been a
Yellowstone,
biggest part of our
something-
history for the
A
longest time.
natural disaster
Okay,
occurring
so
and that we
Australia's
can't
already
change.
going through some shit, right?
Yeah.
China's going through some shit. I'm worried,
Yeah.
like, am I gonna be on Mars by 2040? Am I be
No,
playing softball
not by
on Mars?
2040.
Is that what's gonna happen?
They're saying like it's predicting with like global warming and stuff like that by like 2061, 2065, they're gonna have like the technology to where I think it's like they said they predicted like 2050 is gonna be when someone goes on Mars for the first time.
Yeah, and they also said that like if global warming keeps going the way it is, and if we don't stop, then our generation is probably gonna be like the last generation to have a full life.
Yeah.
Shit, I should probably stop whipping around in my Chrysler then.
Well, since we were talking about the whole decade thing, let's with the past decade. Before this will be the last topic for the podcast.
What's your top 10 moment?
No, I was gonna say what was like that one moment that you had this past decade that you could remember because I think we were fucking kids at the beginning of the
Coming on
decade.
stage with my boy Aiden for the
That's-
first time
yeah.
ever.
Yeah, honestly,
For the
even
first
though
time
it was
ever.
short-lived for a while, I'm gonna do it again as soon as I get to Manchester.
Oh, we're doing
shows,
it again. Hell
shows.
Yeah, we're doing
But
it
yeah,
again.
like performing my first shows, hearing people like sing our songs, that
And
shit
not even
just
knowing
hits
us.
different.
Yeah.
That shit just hits different.
It was.
And to have someone actually come up to me, know who I am because of my music. You know, I was walking to work. I was walking to Subway one time, and this guy walked past me singing one of our songs.
Yeah, he.
I
texted me that
was
immediately.
blown fucking away. I was just completely blown away. That was probably like my music career. My music career has been
Yeah.
the decade thing. What,
Is that for both of you or just for you? Like, Steven, do you think that's also your big decade thing, or is there something else that's impacted you?
Well, I'd have to say that, and I'd have to say also moving out of Texas. That was a really big step for me. You know, I had to make that adult decision, you know, pretty early to, you know, get out of that mindset and kind of. I took a pretty big, you know, dice roll.
Big leap.
Unfortunately, you know, the choices I made after that, you know, kind of fucked over a lot of people, and you know, it hurt people. But at the same time, you know, another thing that happened was I realized that I'm no longer in that bad mindset, so I could be like, hey, yo, I'm sorry, I fucked
Run it
up.
back.
That was on me.
Run
Let's
it back."
Let's try it again. except we're gonna completely cut out that toxic thing that happened.
I think
Mhm.
mine's actually pretty generic because I haven't had like an exciting music
Hanging
career.
out with the boys.
Hanging out with the boys.
Hanging out with the boys.
I think just I don't even know if there's like one thing, but just like seeing me over the years, like growing up and like going through
Yeah.
puberty, getting
you
to
definitely
be a
getting a big
fucking
boy.
tall ass
Get
fucking
laying
man.
down the pipe.
Getting the
Laying
pipe,
down
Laying
the
like,
pipe.
just like going through high school, like whatever,
Going in.
like the basic
Going in.
things. Like I just think it's kind of cool to see myself grow up and like, because you always like when you're a kid, you always like think about like what you're gonna look like when you're older and stuff.
It's
and,
definitely
like,
cool seeing your face change.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like what
seeing
you're
your
gonna
voice
look like
change.
as an
Bro,
adult, and like the older you
When I
get, you're
started
gonna
growing my
realize.
beard, I got scared.
I got the little chin strap going, a little side.
Bro, you'll
I
get
keep
there.
shaving it.
You see this lavish shit? If I'm not frozen,
You're not.
beautiful. It's beautiful. Once you hit that point, you're like, damn, I'm unstoppable.
Well, anyways, this was what was it? An hour and 20-minute podcast, and
Nah,
With
bro, we
three
can keep
people.
going.
I
With
told you
three
three
people.
people was
Yeah.
good.
that
This
shit
is
went
the main
by.
carry.
That shit went by pretty quickly.
Bro, how did that? It's not been an hour. No way.
An hour
Oh,
and
shit,
13
30.
minutes
What
is the official
fuck?
time. About to be 1:14. This is going to conclude episode 3 of the Reconnect podcast.
So early.
Shit, I know, right? Like shit. Today we went through a bunch of topics today. We just kind of like rambled for the last like
Nah,
30, 40
maybe we
minutes.
just-
It was good.
Thank
It
you
wasn't all
for.
about video games.
I know, right? Fuck. Thank you for watching YouTube. Anyone that's watching, follow twitch.tv/Perman404 to see the podcast live.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
Like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you, Last Breath and Steven, for joining me today. Anyone that is watching, follow on Twitch. Thank you. We'll see you guys hopefully next Saturday for episode 4. I've been kind of all over the place because of school and stuff. So we'll see if I can get a next Saturday podcast.
Universal podcast coming soon.
Oh, shit, you right.
Oh God.
Anyways, thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you laters.
I'm gonna save you.